In this video, we're doing the brakes. Let's go. So this is everything that you need to put the IS350 brake upgrade on any Altezza, IS200 and IS300. First is the calipers. These are off an IS350 2006 up. I got these off Amazon for $300 Australian each. I'll leave the part numbers for the genuine units in the description. If you buy new calipers, then you'll require the pin kit to go with them. I got this off eBay for $60 Australian. I'll leave the part number to the kit that I got in the description. You'll need an adapter plate to fit the caliper to the upright on the IS200, IS300 and Altezzas. This is an adapter kit from 350 PHI. Unfortunately, postage does kill us with this one, and it costs $360 delivered to Australia. Next is discs. These are 334mm discs off the IS350. I'll leave the part number to the units that you require in the description. These cost $200 Australian. The pads I'm using are DBA Extreme Performance pads. I've used these before on a VE SSV wagon, and if they can stop a 2-ton car, I'm sure they can stop an Altezza. These cost $150 Australian. Now these aren't necessary, as you can use the factory brake lines, but I chose to upgrade them to braided brake lines from hell. I've used these before with great success, and I like the pedal feel that they give you. These cost $213 Australian. Depending on your setup, you may require spacers. I used the template from 350 PHI. That told me that I needed 25mm spacers. I've honestly had these about 5 years, but I believe they were about $100 when I purchased them. While you're upgrading the front, it does make sense to refresh the rear at the same time. The rear discs cost $150 Australian. For the pads, I've gone DBA Street Series. These cost $65 Australian. I did plan on doing a rebuild for the rear caliper, however, I seem to have misplaced the rebuild kit. So unfortunately, we'll need to do that at another time. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is test fit the caliper. I've never installed one of these kits before, so I want to know how it installs now before the disc is on and I can't see what I'm doing. To mount the caliper, we first need to mount the adapter plate from 350 PHI. To do that, we need to tap the lower caliper hole on the upright with an M14 by 1.5 thread tap. I got this one from my local hardware store, and then I just tapped a 10mm 12-point deep socket onto the end of it. I'll then put an extension onto the thread tap, and that'll give me a long length to make sure it goes in straight. Okay, so we're going to use WD-40 as the cutting fluid. This will just make sure everything's nice and lubed up. And we're going to use plenty.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at it.
And now we've got this lower hole threaded, now we can install the adapter plate. So the adapter plate uses that new hole that we've just threaded, and with the supplied M14 by 1.5 bolt, it then mounts to the upright like so. The caliper bolts then go through both the adapter and the upright on the top, and only the adapter on the bottom. And our caliper bolts to that. The caliper is then mounted to the caliper bolts supplied in the kit. Time to get these calipers painted up and ready to mount permanently.
Brain, all of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Okay, and the brakes are ready to install. Now, I've base coated the calipers, and I'm going to leave them to cure 7 days before I put the decals on and then clear coat them on to protect them. But I honestly cannot wait 7 days to have these installed. So we're going to install them now, and I'll do that on the car. Let's go. First thing that we want to put on is the adapter plate. I'm just going to leave that bolt loose for now until I put the caliper on. Next is the spacer. It's about a 1mm spacer. Comes in the 350 PHI kit. Set it on like so. Now the disc goes on. I know these sometimes confuse people, but it actually depends on the internal vents. And the internal vents on this disc are actually pointed on an angle. They're not straight like this. So this is the rotation of the disc. Now to hold this disc rotor in its place, I'm going to put a couple of the spacers on. And now for the caliper.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Had a little freak out then, but I realized that the disc wasn't sitting on straight because it was rubbing on the caliper, but now it's sitting on properly. It's free spinning and perfectly sitting in there. Okay, the pads just go in like that, so. Okay, now it's time for the caliper retaining plate and the pin. Like so. And then a little R-clip goes onto the pin like so. Beautiful. So there's two different braided brake lines that come in the kit. One with more of an angle and one with less of an angle. Now, I've got more angle on the front of my car, and I think I'm going to need the more reach on the front. So I'm going to run the one with more angle. Now, if you go along with the factory lines, the ones on the front have less angle than the rear, but I think I'm going to need more angle. So we're going to go with this one and see how it goes. This kit comes with a really good banjo bolt. So we're just going to put the supplied washers on either side of the brake line through the bolt. Push that in. And these brake lines have two flats which match up with the bracket. Two flats in the bracket, like so. Do that up, and then we can put the clip back on. So I'm just going to go with that position on it, and then I'm going to put some more rubber on the braided brake line because I'm not happy with how much it's touching the strut. Okay, and the driver's side is done. Let's get over to the passenger side and install that.
Stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
And the front is done. It feels so good to have the front brakes all on the car. Now let's get to the rear of the car. We've got new discs, new pads, and the braided brake lines to go on. And then we can come back and do the finishing touches to the caliper.
Which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear. You won't die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble. K-N-I-F-E right in your side. You will never see me coming. You won't die if you try. You just might get a little bit of trouble. K-N-I-F-E right in your side. You will never see me. My energy is next level, so damn you better be careful. I got an angel and devil, he stabs me straight in the temple. I'm ready to be a rebel, I've got a lot of potential hidden inside of this vessel. That shit is so exponential. I need a first class ticket to the top, no limit. I don't play no gimmicks, I'ma take you to the clinic. If you want a taste, come at me and you will be replaced. They won't find a trace of you anywhere or any place.
And now it's time for the finishing touches. And the brakes are done. I am so happy to have the brakes on the car, and that means we can move on to other things. Please like and subscribe as it does help out the channel, and I'll see you in the next video because we're doing wheels.